ladies and gentlemen,
just playing on the groove. So you knew
we got another Detroit bass player in the house. His name is Mr. Cory
Tramontelli.
Tramontelli.
That sounds like a good restaurant.
That does.
I had that linguine and some Tramontelli. Nice opening.
Yes, sir.
And we in the basement over Reggie Canty's house. Also in the house we have
Gwyneth Hayes.
and we also have
Lester Collins.
and we have
Michael Rich.
we also have
Anderson Howard.
and we got
T. Wash, who's about to leave.
T. Watts just bought an amp from Reggie Canty. I think I got some footage of that.
It's going to be blessed at the church.
Oh, the amp's taking it to church?
Okay.
You gotta let them out, man.
Hey, hey, how you doing, Gordon?
And,
You gotta go let somebody out.
and we're the bass brothers. We over here, you know, big
Right.
and small.
Big and small.
Big and small.
We also have over there with his Detroit bass player shirt on, Mr.
Bill Peterson.
Bill Peterson, and we have Robert Williams. Mr. Robert Williams, my brother in the house, who plays
Emery.
bass keyboard.
All right, don't forget him now. That's Emery. Go ahead, tell him who you are. Say it. Say it.
Nobody.
Nobody.
He's nobody.
He should do like the rock.
It
doesn't matter who.
He's a future bass player, though.
His name is Emery Canty.
Future bass player.
Of the Reginald Candies.
Right.
Yeah, Reggie's grandson. Your dad, right? Okay. Cool. Your dad just sold an amplifier. I hope you know that.
Let me tell you my whole name, Emery Markel Canty.
Oh!
My whole name.
Whoa, now get out. Huh?
I got
Three names. You're either going to be a bass player or a serial killer.
All right.
And we all hanging out in the basement.
Three names.
And doing an interview with my man Cory. What's happening, Cory?
Hey, it's happy Saturday.
Yeah, welcome to the basement, man. How you doing?
I'm all right.
You having fun in the basement?
Having fun on the basement. Can't you hear everybody?
I'm having fun, man. I saw this lady play, man. She was getting down. Y'all need to check out her interview. Y'all need to check out all of these interviews. You can find them on DetroitBassPlayers.com. You can also find them on Detroit Bass Players group on Facebook, and it's just go to Facebook and you punch in Detroit Bass Players in the search, and then that group should pop up, and you can see these interviews. You can also join the page, and you can become a Detroit bass player yourself. You got to be accepted. You can see the interviews there. Now the thing about the interviews on Facebook is once they post and it goes into the past. You got, like, if you want to see the interview I did with Reggie Canty, you got to go back to the beginning of Facebook's inception.
You got to scroll way down.
Yeah, you got to scroll way down it. So if you don't want to have that problem, they're all consolidated on DetroitBassPlayers.com. Videos, and then they got discussion threads. They got all kinds of threads on DetroitBassPlayers.com. Because we're a nice little community. We like hanging out. And I like doing these interviews. So first question I usually ask is, when did you start playing the bass and why?
I started playing the bass when I was I've been playing for like 5 years, and I had a bass in the house because I was taking drum lessons for a while, and so I had some other stuff laying around, and so somebody knew that I had a bass in my house, and was like, "Oh man, I didn't know you played. We gotta get you up playing with me sometime." I'm like, "We do," and so I went out to go learn how to play, and nothing, and here I am, still doing it. Still not cool. That's okay.
but that's good. Sounds well to me.
Yeah.
For a few years. So who's some of your favorite basses and all of that kind of good stuff?
I I don't have a big list of all the greats like everybody else does, because I'm just a kid and didn't come from a musical family, so it wasn't all blaring through the stereo. I listened to a lot of punk and a lot of ska music growing up. You said Fishbone earlier. I'm like, yes sir, Fishbone.
Educate the ones of us that don't know about these bass players. We might want to open our horizons and check them out. So educate me. Tell me some of these names.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there that, like, obviously my tastes have changed throughout the time, and like what grabbed me once is different now. But like, there's a band out there, Streetlight Manifesto. I think the bass player's name is Pete McCall. That's either it or it's the drummer. But that dude, all of his songs, he's got to be one of those guys that's playing with super low action. He's just playing all sorts of notes everywhere. It's crazy. And band Less Than Jake has this guy Roger playing bass for him, and he's just another guy, bunch of notes, and that's what punk ska stuff is. All you do, just play a bunch of notes, play a lot of thirds. It's great. But I was also influenced by a lot of local cats. I'm a lighting designer, and I work over at Kensington Church in Troy, and
Kensington Church. All right. Now.
And because of that, that's what I was doing, be it volunteering or be it working, when I was starting to learn how to play music. And so, like, Mike Fredericks, for one, he was playing there for a couple of years.
I just mentioned him.
Mike Fredericks, I know Mike Fredericks, and he's a good friend, and he's one of the guys that I was watching playing bass, and I'm like, wow. Oh, yeah, he's pretty cool. James Simonson came and subbed for a couple weeks, and he was someone that grabbed me like, man, this guy's good. And I went out, caught a couple of gigs of his, and being Brian Rossi too, because he's over there and just
all Detroit bass players.
All Detroit bass players, and so that's what was in front of me, and so that's what I was listening to, and I would see people who play, and they're like, wow, that guy's really good, or man, that guy's not that good. But you see everything, and it's cool. You get to pick up a little bit in there. Now like Jocko was the first big player that I like. Nowadays, like, Nathan East is really tight. I'm not into like all the deep cuts, like, man, I can list off his discography, but man, I love his playing. Watch a video of that dude. That dude is great. Who else? I don't know. Those are my favorites.
Well, that's a nice list. That's a real nice list. Who you playing with? Who you play with? What do you do as a bass player?
I do a lot of sideman stuff. And right now, the only person I'm playing with actively is a girl named Paulina Jane, doing pop and country stuff, and that's been really cool. I'm playing at the 2012 Detroit Music Awards, and so that'll be.
You gonna be playing there?
Yeah.
Are you nominated for anything?
No.
What day is it?
It's Friday the 27th down at the Fillmore.
Maybe us bass players should come out and check you out.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm always around. I'll be getting out more, so people will hear eventually. And I played with a couple other people off and on, or just some stuff for fun. Just and I played at Kensington Church for a couple of years, and that's where I was growing up and learned a lot. Because once I got good enough to play there, passed a little audition, I was playing there. I learned how to play with people, and I learned how to play with different people. As you know, people are cycling in and out. You learn how to find your role and figure out, all right, the people that were together, what works, what doesn't. There are a couple people over there who have taught, like specific people who have taught me things about playing music. It's been great, but I have a lot to thank for that.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Wow, man, you're gonna be at the Detroit Music Awards. That's this month, the 28th, you said?
27th.
The 27th of April.
Man, it costs $20 to go there for the show. Not everyone wants to spend $20. I get that.
That's worth it.
You know me. I'm trying to get a backstage pass so I can interview all the bass players.
Yes, sir.
So, what you got any recordings or anything we can hear you on?
No, there have been
any YouTube sightings or anything?
I think I'm on YouTube on a couple of videos with Paulina Jane, Jayne. But other than that, no. There have been. I have got to play on a couple of sessions, which has been fun. This year, but nothing that's out there right now.
Okay, well, in case they do come out and stuff, where could we find you? You got a website or what you got?
Don't have a website. If you want to connect with me on Facebook, you can. It's Cory Tramontelli, Tramontelli. You can find me on Detroit Bass Players page or DetroitBassPlayers.com.
We finally got somebody to plug the site. All right.
You're welcome.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
On some Pope's picks. This is great. He's got a lot of them. And they're good.
Yeah, we got a lot of them, man. I ain't got time to practice because I'm watching his videos. All those videos you be posting, I gotta practice, man.
Man, there's some cats that's monsters there.
I'm telling you.
Can't say nothing else.
Did you see that clip I sent on Cassiopeia?
You check out these clips that this man is putting on DetroitBassPlayers.com.
Different styles. It's not all just the same stuff. You know, just try to put different people on there because I like different stuff. You might see some country. You might see some speed metal.
Based on one of your Pope's picks, I had to go make a call to England to interview the cat.
There you go. That was Alex Miller, that little boy.
That's a fun interview.
Man, that little boy is ridiculous.
It's a monster.
Good. Man. And self-taught.
Y'all go to Pope's Picks, go to DetroitBassPlayers.com. It's a whole bunch of slew of stuff.
Square, go right on to it.
It's a whole bunch of stuff there, y'all. Y'all need to check out.
It's a theme.
So anybody got any questions for this young man before I have him play us out?
I have a question.
Yeah.
For the children, because I'm always promoting, hey, you need to play some music, okay? Everybody end up going to the bottom for some reason, to the bass. But you need to play some. So would you suggest that instead of them learning all of these moves on these video games, which doesn't transcend into some money, to learn some?
I recommend doing music, but I did both. I grew up in front of a TV, you know, didn't start playing bass until a couple of years ago. The music's been great though. I definitely think kids should pick it up. Not self-taught. I've been studying on hiatus right now, but with Rich Kowaleski for years, and he's been great because we started off, had me reading from day one, and wow. I can do that. I can play through charts. I was in after a year of studying with him, started playing in my high school jazz band, and I was like the two bass players each year. I was always the kid who could read, and so when the harder charts,
who could work,
harder charts come out, it's like, all right, here you go, man.
Here's the kid who can read.
It's great, and he's got me too. Like I can play jazz stuff. I can not like if a chart's in front of me, I can go off of that. I can play other stuff too. He doesn't have me just playing rock music. And
I was just going to ask you, do you find yourself sometimes picking up other charts to learn and transposing it to the bass? Like maybe you might hear a piano line that you like, or maybe a sax line or a trombone, and then maybe you'll pick that up. And
I don't do it. I don't do it from looking for charts for that stuff. It's cool. I see the merit in it. It's just not something I do. I will say this.
I mean, not that you don't do yet, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Because you know, one of the things, I mean, but you're a Jocko fan, and Jocko states all the time that he listens to horn players.
Yeah.
And me and Pope talk a lot about it. I kind of surprised one day. I said, I don't really listen to bass player lines. I listen to all horn lines. Because every horn player is going to play some type of melodic line. So when you're doing licks, it's all melodic lines. So who else know better to play the melodic lines than horn players? And so they can play melodic lines all day long. So you hear them playing line, and they play past the ledger line, which makes it even more cooler. Because most of these players play you know. So yeah, I mean,
sweet.
Yeah.
So ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of reading and writing.
Something kids do, your reading. I'm at the point too where like it's a little bit fun because I'm not now that I'm in college and stuff. I'm not in I wasn't doing music stuff at school anymore, and so I'm not reading all the time. And now when I do, it's sort of like a puzzle for me. And it's like I wonder if I can get this done, and so it's just fun. It's cool. I'm really happy knowing it. Much rather know it and not need it than not know it at all.
All right. So you say you go to college?
I do go to college.
What's your major, man?
I'm switching around, and next semester taking classes moving towards music education.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
What's the current major?
I was undecided this semester. I changed out of nursing because I realized I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, I was curious. What was it before you changed it? But that's cool.
Because that was the plan.
Well, everybody gonna need a nurse one of these days. So. But everybody also needs to listen to some music as well. So.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of listening to music, anybody got any questions for this man before he plays us out?
Yeah, show us how you rip that thing off the guitar.
What? He's talking about your cover.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. This is. So I got this pickup.
Okay, what's the question? What was the question?
Show us how you take that off.
Yeah, this is a tip. Yeah, this is a tip I got from Fredericks, Mike Fredericks, who I mentioned earlier. He did?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait.
Gordon Jazz Bass Spencer hanging out back
So you
there.
got a tip from Mike Fredericks, who got a tip, the same tip from this guy.
We were going through the same thing about the bridge, the pickup guard.
So this is such a small world.
Right.
We learn from each other.
That's right.
So you get the pickup cover on here, you screw it into the thing, you got to unscrew it to take it off.
Mm-hmm.
My man back there takes double-sided tape onto it.
Right.
Can rip it on and off at will.
Oh, okay. And then
you can throw it up here. Yeah.
When you
And you know another tidbit about because me and Mike was talking about this years ago.
Yeah.
About the pickup guard. No, everybody jumps on it because Marcus has it on his bass, but I was using it decades before Marcus. That's how old I am. Before I had a P bass, and I had mine because it's easier for me to thump.
If you
I show both. Yeah. When your hand's on this, you already have an automatic pivot because it's rounded. So your hand goes like this when you're thumping, right? So if you don't have it there, you kind of working harder. What I find is with that there, I could pivot back off that and move faster, and not worry about all the other stuff. So I move back like that. He plays. He goes, "How do you do that?" I go, "Well,
right." Because
I pivot back and forth.
Yeah,
it's utterly crazy.
I took mine off because Jocko didn't have one, so I wanted to play like Jocko.
Exactly.
So whatever Jocko was doing, I'm doing.
Well, I think Ralph.
Don't do it now.
So I said,
Ralph ain't got it. Ralph Armstrong, go ahead.
Man, you gotta take that off, man. Why you got that on there? That's crazy.
Man, only sissies do that.
Another Detroit bass player, Ralphie Armstrong. So look, man. So we don't want to keep you all day, man. I know you got a gig probably to go to tonight. Like you see, we done lost some bass players up here. Everybody got to go play. So why don't you just play us out, man? And
yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Detroit bass player, Mr. Cory Tramontelli.
We'll go with it.
No, what is it?
It's Cory Tramontelli.
Tramontelli. Okay.
Since I don't know, since I can't pull off all the tricks, I'll play what I can do just for the cats out there.
Go.